Gene Deal has made a lot of statements around this. I've interviewed Gene before. Some of the stuff he said didn't add up. Like some of the stuff he said about Lil C's when he interviewed Lil C's was like, no, that's not what happened. I was there.
Yeah.
That's not the timeline of events. I interviewed Gene primarily because he was there because, during the Biggie murder, he was actually there. So I really wanted that story.
Right.
But what do you feel about Gene's various accusations and so forth?
Well, I go back to what he said originally. I take that as the most accurate depiction of what his memory was. It was back then. Mm-hmm. And it's, he's expounded on it and kind of continued to elaborate with things that go against his original statement. So I look at his original statement as having the most value. It's the most meaningful. He didn't see anything other than some lights taking off after the shooting. The best witnesses, and they had very limited information themselves, was Gregory Young, which was the driver of Biggie's Suburban, and of course Little Cease, who was behind Biggie.
Yeah.
But all of this happened in the blink of an eye, and as you probably know, when shots are fired, and especially in your immediate vicinity, you duck. You don't stick your head out trying to figure out what's going on. You try to instinctively protect yourself.
Yeah.
And so it all happened very, very quick. There's very little information other than those two guys were probably the best of the witnesses. Gene Deal didn't see much. He has this hang up with this Nation of Islam guy.
The bow tie guy, yeah.
Yeah, the bow tie guy that he encountered beforehand.
Amir Muhammad?
Well, he'll claim that, as will Phil Carson, but he's been exonerated from early on. Amir Muhammad is a victim of a bunch of people's inability to investigate properly and to understand and put together the facts of the case.
Have you ever met with Amir?
Not in person, but I've spoken to him many times.
Over the phone?
Mm-hmm.
And what's his take?
He's like, hey, this is all fucked up. You guys, you have no idea what my life has been like and what you've done to me and to my wife. I've had to move out of state.
Huh.
I've lived under this constant cloud of false allegations, and I sympathize with him. Our job is not just to hold people accountable for what they've done, but we're also supposed to protect people from false allegations.
Right. Well, because he visited David Mack in jail.
Yeah, after the bank robbery.
And I just read Labyrinth recently.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess thing is he used a fake name.
No, he didn't.
No, so that part's not true.
Not at all. It's the visiting form that he filled out when he visited David Mack. He put his real name, he put his real address, he put his real driver's license number. The only thing that he changed was the numbers on his social security number, because he knew that this people have access to this form, and he's in the real estate business, and he knows the importance of keeping your social security number confidential. And this is what he said in his deposition also, by the way. And he's like, yeah, I wasn't going to put my real social security number down on a form that people can see and copy. But he used his real name, his real address, his real driver's license number, and all of that. So if you're trying to hide your identity, he did it in about the worst possible way you could.
Okay, so you feel Amir Muhammad had nothing to do with it?
I don't feel it. I know it.
You know it. Okay.